I'm just curious, when did box art go from something as awesome as this to something as boring as this? Let's talk about this on this upcoming episode of Transformers Discussion. Now, I know what I'm going to say, kind of probably upset some people, but I will be honest, when I look at this, I think fucking boring. And it is, it's boring. I wish I could wait, wrong one. I wish I could zoom in even more, but it literally just tells you everything that you already know by the little generic insert that it gives you via the little instruction manual. The instruction manual is going to tell you that it takes so many steps to transform a figure. Why is it that you need it on the back of the box like this, when in reality it should look something awesome like this? Now, I was first introduced to biographies of Transformers all the way back to G1 in the early to mid 80s. But I'll be honest, it really was not what I paid much attention to. It wasn't until I got a nice little gift from my grandmother for Christmas one year. I think it was like 88, 89 maybe. But that awesome gift was the Ninja Turtles Metalhead action figure. Now, like I said before, I wish I could superimpose it, but I kind of highlighted it. I should picked a different color, but I chose black. As you can see here, it actually gave a decent little biography of Metalhead. It gave all his vitals. If you want, you can actually look it up online. You can find it and go to eBay, I think it is. And then when I moved on from Ninja Turtles to Marvel, which was Toy Biz, which had the Marvel action figures, they even had a nice paragraph, like for our friend Bishop here. It described what happened to Bishop, and it gave a nice story. How is it that this seems to be becoming a lost art? Now, don't get me wrong, I haven't checked the back of other figures, action figures that I come across like at Walmart or Target. But I'm wondering if they're like, how the Transformers are now doing. Now, don't get me wrong. As early back as the thrilling 30s, they still had a decent biography. It isn't until it wasn't until the start of the Combiner Wars that it started to change. Where in Combiner Wars, you still had a decent biography here. God, I wish I could really zoom in. I don't think I can though. Let's see here. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Can I? Yeah, I don't think it's going. Yeah, it won't let me. But shortly after we went from Combiner Wars, you could tell stuff started to change, because when Titans Return came in, as you can see here circled in black, they drastically lowered the amount of information given. Now you're probably going to say to me, well, Jeff, what about what you see beneath that? Granted, there is other writing there, but it's basically the same thing that is circled. It's just in different languages. I would have been willing to, keep this amount. At least it gives something. But it just seems like, once again, it went downhill. And oh my god, we really started hitting the bottom of the barrel. We still had hope. We still had hope, ladies and gentlemen. But I definitely knew that we were in trouble when Power of the Primes came out. And literally for, oh god, whoever this one is, I can't recall her name. Nova Star, maybe? I may be wrong about that. It literally just gave you one sentence. And it was the most fucking generic of sentences. It basically equates out to, let me pull it up so I can read it. Let's see here, 1 second. Where the fuck are you? Oh, here we go. Come on. It says, how will the daring infiltration and rescue specialist wield the power of the Primes? That's not even a fucking biography. It's a question. It's a question, and it's literally like almost like that for every fucking Transformer in that product line. How will this do this, with this? How will that do that with that? It doesn't even tell you who fucking Nova Star is. All it says is that she was an infiltration specialist. Compare that at least to, let's go back to, I think it's, no. Like this one, Blast Off. Let me read to you what Blast Off says. Hopefully I'll be able to zoom in. Let me check. Okay, I'm reading it off of my computer, so just go with me. It says Decepticon operational status update reported by Soundwave. During his first tour with the Combaticons, Blastoff altered his Cybertronian spaceship mode into an Earth-style space shuttle. He took immense pleasure and satisfaction in delivering pinpoint laser shots from orbit, mastering the art of sending pain from above. His capture and imprisonment on Cybertron crippled the Combaticons, leaving them unable to combine and form Bruticus. When Blastoff was finally reunited with his comrades, Onslaught required him to change his vehicle mode once again, this time to become a fighter jet, in order to stay closer to the team. His X-ray cannons are fearsome weapons, and his ionic blaster works in close combat with fellow Combaticons. With fellow Combaticons forms Bruticus. Oh, that's messy right there. Blastoff can find the cloud in any silver lining. His unhappiness is the loneliness of stellar orbit has been replaced with anger at having to change alternate modes from shuttle to jet. If it makes Blastoff a more focused soldier, Onslaught, his commanding officer, is all for it. Forms either an arm or leg of Bruticus. Holy shit. Like I said, now that is fucking awesome. It tells you a lot. It tells you that Blastoff, he was getting pissed off with having to change his shape, alter his forms and everything. How do we go from that to 2 product lines later, or almost 2 years later, to Power of the Primes literally just being a fucking blurb? And then after Power of the Primes, we get this. There's nothing there, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a fucking picture of Optimus with his weapons. It says 27 steps. It goes into the it shows what he looks like transformed. It does have a little bit of an advertisement about Battle Masters that he can wield. And don't get me wrong, that's nothing new. Hell, other toys have done that. Let's go back all the way to Ninja Turtles. Hell, it gives you like a picture of all the available Ninja Turtles and then all the members of the Shredder's team, of that wave. Hell, even in the upper right-hand corner, if you take a look, it even talks about how you can buy a little canister of mutagen. So I'm not mad at all that they have they have, little advertisements because others have done that. Hell, even, let's go back to Bishop. If I remember, yeah, Bishop does exactly the same fucking thing. Has all the X-Force members, which is on the top, and all the X-Men, which is on the bottom. It's nothing new. I'm cool with that. I just don't like the fact that literally you have nothing here that really tells you about Optimus. Granted, there's some other, it's a lot of it's just legal mumbo jumbo shit. Don't be stupid. Don't stick this in your mouth or you could die. That kind of garbage that should be fucking common sense to people. But apparently, common sense is something that we are running low of, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you didn't think it could get bad like this, any worse. Well, boy, does it get worse. Let's take a look here. We have Earthrise Optimus Prime, and it is literally the same fucking thing. The only thing they really did now was they took out the advertisement for the Battle Masters. Now it literally just shows you Optimus in 3 different poses. One standing with his weapons. One of him standing inside of his cab being opened up. And then one of him laying down. Could have been, their little Easter egg to the death of Optimus from the movie in 86. And then you have a picture of him transformed into truck mode. Hell, there's nothing even here to advertise the Battle Masters. And once again, you get that fucking legal mumbo jumbo garbage that's at the very bottom of the box. I mean, you could cut out half of the picture here. Cut out one of the images with Optimus, inside the trailer, or hell, cut out both of the things with him standing in the trailer or laying in the trailer. Keep the one with him with the weapons. And keep the image of him in truck mode. Move those over to all to one side. And then you would have a nice open spot. You could have had a nice little biography telling you about Optimus Prime. Like what happened, what happened once he landed on, or crash landed on Earth, or however, That would have been decent. I mean, I would have been willing to read that. I'd be like, holy shit. He got to Earth, and the minute that he got to Earth, he was helping defend Los Angeles from the attack of the Decepticons. That would have been something. It doesn't even have to be like a page essay worth. Just a little paragraph. Something to get you interested. Well, we continue to go down the rabbit hole into the shit, and we literally have the same fucking garbage. The only difference is now that they've changed the background, the theme of it, because this is now Kingdom, so we got to have it a little bit more different than what. Holy shit! Look at this. Hold on. It is literally almost the same fucking images. It's just highlighted with bright neon green garbage. This is one thing that pissed me off that Hasbro's done over the last couple releases of Earthrise, and let's go with the whole fucking Cybertron War for Cybertron trilogy. They seem to have gotten really lazy when it comes to what they're releasing. Hell, several of the figures from Earthrise, if I remember correctly, are like, see here, we got, see here, God. We got Megatron. He was almost similar, almost the same between Earthrise or Siege and Earthrise. Granted, he's a retool, but he's also kind of a blatant, copy of Siege. But Optimus Prime from Earthrise to Kingdom, same fucking robot. Same with RC. It's the same robot that was in Earthrise that it is in Kingdom. And to me, it's like, really, they could have not included these duplicates and added different figures, but that's for a whole different discussion. Right now, we're talking about the box art, the boxes and the lack of bios for the characters. Now, you're probably wondering to yourself, well, why do you think they did that, Jeff? And I have a theory. I remember reading a while ago that it was all really done for cost cutting and, everything. It's to trim the fat, in other words. And to me, I call that's kind of like bullshit. Here's the reason why I say that. They got rid of the bios, and then they added stupid fucking gimmicks to the last 6+ years. Now, let's take this off. The first gimmick that they really did was trading cards. So you're telling me that you cut out biographies because possibly the reason that you got rid of them was too much money. It cost too much money to make a little bit of extra art and put a few words down and slap it on the back of a package. That's too much money. But it's okay to basically produce cards, which is going to be an additional resource, because whereas the packages, you could just print everything on the back of the package, you actually have to print out these cards, which are basically garbage anyway, cut them from the sheet, and then slam them into the fucking package. Now you're going to say, well, Jeff, it's, that's a nice picture. Yeah, it's a nice picture, but can I tell you something? If you did not collect the Combiner Wars, what you're looking here where it says Bombshell, this is exactly the same fucking image that they used on the front of the package. If you've seen the fucking front of the package, then you've seen the card. The only thing is that it has that shitty looking Generations garbage on the back of the card. They could have put a decent biography on the back of the card, but no. Biographies? Ah, fuck that. That's for biographies are old school. They're for losers now. No, these people want cards that tell you jack shit. That's what the big thing is at. And this isn't the only time they did it. Let's take a look at Titans Return. Bing! Now, this I'm willing to give a little bit of a pass, not a full pass, but at least here gives you the fucking stats. Now, let's go back all the way to good box art, which is this. It not only did it have the biography, but it actually had the stats of the character, in this case, Hot Rod. You could actually, if you had a little piece of red cellophane, you could actually decode and see what Hot Rod's stats are. So I'm willing to give, the Titans Return a little bit of a pass because it harkens back to the old days. I would have still wished that it had a fucking decent biography. It does, per se. Let's see, where is it? Is this it? Yeah. It does kind of, because it gives you like at least 2 sentences. But still, you can tell we're going downhill, and it just got worse, Well, then we go from this, the Titans Return, to Power of the... Oh, no, that's just... To Power of the Primes. Oh, my God. Oh, my fucking God. This tells you... It says stuff, but then again, it's like literally a fuck you. It is. It's literally a fuck you. Here, I'm going to actually pull the image up on my computer so I can read it to you guys. Okay, basically, as you can see at the top, it says Cindersaur, Power of the Primes. It's a decent picture. It looks kind of cool. And then it said underneath it... Now, I merged these two pictures, so the bottom part is what you would see on the backside. It says Alpha Trion Cindersaur. Regenerates her heat-damaged brain circuits to upgrade her intelligence. What? What the fuck does that have to do with Transformers? Yeah, it does stuff. But I'd rather know about Cindersaur, because I'll be honest, I never had a G1 Cindersaur. I don't know jack shit about Cindersaur. This would have been fine to tell, give me a little bit of a bio. Tell me something. But these are what I call useless fucking gimmicks, because I'll be honest, in the beginning when I got back into collecting Transformers back in Combiner Wars. I won't lie, I thought these were pretty cool. And then as I sat there and I would look at these packages after I bought them, I would look at the back and I realized that it was a little bit of a trade-off. You fuck those bios. They're gone. They're gone. We're going to give you cards. And I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking, what would you rather be happy with? A card or an actual little story of the character? Hold on. What would you be happy with? Like I said, and to me, I'd rather. I know this is what you would call a first world problem, but I can't help but think that there are other people out there that collect Transformers that would honestly like to have a bio. Give me a story. Go back to 2 or 3 sentences then. If Hasbro does not want to put in the effort to give us a story, give us 2 or 3 sentences. This person's a Decepticon. Here is why. This person is an Autobot. Here's why this person became an Autobot. Just give us something. I don't know jack shit about Cindersaur. The only way I can find out about Cindersaur is if I decide to go to the Transformers wiki and look it up. But you shouldn't have to do that. It should be on the back of the fucking packages. Okay, so now let's look at let's continue. Now, as I said, the cards were, we entered the gimmick replacements and everything. And it only gets worse. Here we have War for Cybertron Siege. Now, here's their gimmick. Their gimmick is if you have a black light and you put the light over the side image of the side of the box that the Transformer is in, you get a little message which you could then go to a website, type it in using the symbols, and it gives you a message. It basically equates out to the, drink your Ovaltine message from A Christmas Story. If you never watched A Christmas Story, I suggest you go and watch it because it is a fucking awesome movie. But if you don't have the money or you don't have the DVD, wait till Christmas. They show it for 24 hours on TNT. But yeah, so you have a black light, you wave it along this picture, you see some shit, you type it in, you get something. Wow, that is fucking cool, dude. I know I'm sounding like an asshole, but it's just, this has really been bothering me for the last couple of years. Then we go to Earthrise. Their gimmick was map pieces. Now keep in mind, the theory is that they stopped the bios because to produce an image of the character and a decent story costs too much money. So what do? We now make fragments of a fucking map that costs money because it's, hard cardboard. It isn't like little fucking, notebook paper. It felt like pretty decent cardboard from what I understood. I even have a fucking Earthrise box, part of the redecos that I'm going to be doing. And, we're going to put this in the fucking box, and it's like another collection, dude. You can put this map together, and it can show you how the Transformers went from Cybertron, and how they went through this, and where they went through that, and they went through a Hadoken. And then you can collect this whole map, and it gives you the answers, dude. It's like, yeah, but what's the story? Who cares, dude? It's maps. Kids love maps. Adults love maps. Everybody loves maps. Actually, sir, I would like a story. You don't want a story, you want a fucking map. And going back to one thing about the previous thing, the black light. If you don't have access to a black light, this doesn't mean shit to you. I didn't even know this shit was going on until I was nearing the end of Earthrise. And at that point, I already threw out the boxes because I don't keep the boxes. I pull out the Transformers, I put them on my shelves for display, and I toss that shit, But this, I will be honest. I for one did not collect any of the fucking map pieces because it didn't pull get my attention. If I really wanted to see the full map, I could go on Google and look at this shit, and I can see a full picture. Oh, okay. Well, there's I guessing you could say oh god, there's Cybertron. There's Velocitron. There's Velocitron. Oh, they went by Velocitron. Oh, hey, Velocitron, how's it going? Like, who cares? I know people like it, but I don't. It's a first world problem, I know. But to me, it still pisses me off. Like I said, though, they say, oh, we can't do stories because it costs too much money in theory. But then they do this. To me, it reeks of laziness, to be honest. Next, we are at the culmination of the gimmicks. We are now entering the kingdom. The Blacklight age has fallen. The maps have shown the way. We are now going 360. Or 180 or whatever you want to call it. We are now back at cards. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are at cards, but not just any kind of cards, ladies and gentlemen. These are special cards. That's right. These cards are also stickers. You're thinking to yourself, stickers? They're cards, but they're stickers? Yeah, you heard me, dude. They're like, I know, my mind is fucking blown, too. It's fucking blown, man. And I'll tell you how far my mind is fucking blown. My mind is so blown, I did not, out of all the Kingdom figures I've got so far, I have not touched any of these things. I left them attached to the fucking inserts of the box. I pulled the figures out. I made sure to get that little piece for Paleotrex. I think it's Paleotrex. It's a little... Oh, I don't even have the figure out here. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I am back. This little guy here, I'm not sure if you can see him. Oh, God, that looks horrible. Okay, here, And I was wrong. I thought this was Paleotrex. I was wrong. This guy's name is Vertebrake. Vertebrake, or whatever you want to pronounce it. If I remember correctly, I think his little tail/sword thing, I think it was part inside underneath a part of the package. I may be wrong about that, but I know for sure they did that with fucking Warpath. And the only reason I knew to look in the under flap of the box was because I remember seeing on Facebook that people accidentally threw away that part of the box that had, it was like a little covering for Warpath when he was in tank mode. Thank God I remember looking there after I got the figure, because I would have been pissed if I found out I threw part of the figure away. And that's something that pissed me off also, is that it seems like Hasbro is being a little bit of dicks when it comes to the fans and collecting their Transformers, because now apparently they're now hiding parts of the fucking Transformer inside the box, and people don't look at this normal area. So it's like, these dumb fucks, they threw away the little part, I can't recall if any of the other figures so far does that, but I know for sure that Warpath did it, and I think our little friend Vertebrake here did it. I may be wrong about him, but why can't you not see him? That is weird. Well, this is what he looks like there. But yeah, so now not only are but we've gone back 360 degrees, or we are back at the mother of all gimmicks for Transformers. We are back to cards. So like I was saying though, the top, basically what it is you have the top image here, which is Optimus Prime, a nice little picture. I will admit, if anything, at least they chose different artwork. I will give them credit for that. And then if you peel off the sticker from what I understand, the actual card is underneath it from what I gather. But as you can see, it's supposed to show a possible destiny of what happens to Optimus Prime or our other little friends like Vertebrake or Warpath or RC or Ultra Magnus or all, It shows, it has these little destinies, and it looks like for our dear friend Optimus Prime, it looks like he's been sent to the shitter because he looks like absolute garbage. Yes, I know he's supposed to be dead, but holy shit, he looks like somebody just shit him out. But But, going all the way back to, no, going all the way, here it is. Going all the way back to here, though, I just, is it wrong to want a story? That's ultimately what the whole question of this video is. Is it wrong to want a story, to have something to read to go with the figure you just spent $20+ to buy? I don't think it's wrong to ask for it. We are the customers. And it's Hasbro's job, like it or not. I know you're going to say, well, if you're a fan, you should be happy to get whatever you get. Yeah, that's true. You should be happy to get something, but also, is it wrong to give the fans a little bit of what they want? Hell, how many times have we been screaming to the rafters for specific Transformers? Hell, I know right now in Kingdom, hold on, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. There you go. The biggest thing right now for Kingdom is I have been on the Facebook Transformer pages, and people are screaming to the gods of Hasbro, please give us a fucking updated blaster. Give us a blaster. That's all we want. Give us a blaster. And we have not got any reply. We have not heard anything about blaster. Instead, we're getting fucking re-releases of fucking Optimus Prime with nothing but new box art. Same with RC. We get miniature versions of Optimus, Megatron, Starscream, Soundwave, which I may want to get a Soundwave. I'll be honest, I may want to get a Soundwave just because he turns into the boombox, which it makes him a little bit smaller, so which is cool, But we're asking for figures. We're not getting what we're asking for. Can't you guys just negotiate with us? Compromise with us. Give us a fucking story. If you want to keep the fucking gimmicks of cards and maps and blacklight fuckfests, that's fine. That's fine. But give us a story. Give us something to get us invested in this figure we just got, And I know this video is the equivalent of old man yells at clouds. And I may be the only one on this fucking planet that would like to have a story. Maybe a story in tech specs, maybe. But definitely a story. I may be the only one, but by God, I'm going to scream about it. And that's what I'm doing here. But that is it for this episode of Transformers discussion. I hope you've enjoyed it. Special thanks goes out to my best friend Aaron for the opening credits. It was very nice of you, dude. I like it. I like it a lot. Stay tuned till next Sunday when I talk about other product lines that I think would be awesome that Hasbro brings, if they could acquire, that I would love to see, a crossover event with Transformers. One of the product lines you may have heard of, it was released back in the 80s. The other, I'm not sure if many people heard of, but this other product line was released in the early 90s. I'm not going to say what these two product lines are, because, that would ruin the mystique. But, so that will be the next episode next Sunday. Basically, crossover events I would like to see. Nothing wrong with what we're getting now with, like, Back to the Future and everything, but I'm talking, like, full-blown multiple figures, But anyway, if you liked what you watched and you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to leave a like, leave a thumbs up. If you're, also watching on YouTube and you would like to get another video about this, click on subscribe. If you got a comment, if you would like to tell me, hey, you're just being an old man yelling at clouds, hey, that's cool, dude, that's cool. Or if you want to say, hey, dude, I feel the same way. I want fucking stories. Hey, that's nice also, man. I haven't actually. I'm thinking about starting up a Facebook page just for Transformer Talk. I'm not sure yet. Hell, I may do it just because I like making pages on Facebook to piss off Facebook. But that is it for this episode of Transformers Discussion. I will see you next Sunday. And until then, transform and roll out. Good night, everybody.